Welcome to He Said, Red Said, where Red is Vicki Fitch, serial entrepreneur, direct sales expert, business coach, and provider of Fitch Slaps. It's also where Red is always right. To introduce this week's He, here's Vicki Fitch.
He said, Red said. He said, Red said.
Hey everybody, Vicki Fitch here, your direct sales expert and the host of He Said, Red Said, where red is always right. Today I have an incredible guest on the show tonight, although he is one of those guys that his head goes and explodes. So we're going to really try and kind of take him down a little bit because we don't want, heads exploding on the show are no fun. For those of you guys who have downloaded the podcast from iTunes or Stitcher or Blog Talk Radio, we so appreciate you, and you don't have to worry about his head exploding, but those that are watching live do. So without further ado, and I have to tell you though, before I do a technical introduction, when I asked him for a bio, he wrote, "Google me, I'm that popular," or something similar to that. So I just want to introduce Mr. Marc Gawith. Marc. That was classic. I have to tell you, that was freaking classic. When you typed that, I just couldn't believe it.
It came to me, just in that moment. And I'm like, this is too perfect not to share with the world. So you're welcome.
Well, we so appreciate it. And so for those of you who don't know, we are at the end of what we call the hunt for He. I have been on the hunt for a new man in my life, and it's my new podcast partner. And Marc thinks he can go head to head with Red. Now, I'm not sure, and we're going to hope that he doesn't run off crying or upset or, doing any of those kind of things, because it has happened before where we hurt the male ego just a tad. I'm going to try not to, though, because Marc is a pretty special guy. We're going to blend in some information about him and what he does and how he does it. For those of you guys who have downloaded the podcast, though, remember, I believe this is episode 64 or 65. We're right in there. I may have misnumbered this one, but I want you guys, if you want to see, because he's actually kind of cute, so don't let his head explode, but he's kind of cute. So I want to make sure you guys check out this episode with Mr. Marc Gawith. Now, it's spelled Gawith, but it's pronounced Gawith, from what I understand. Is that correct, Marc?
That's correct. My ancestors did that to me some time ago, where made it impossible for people to pronounce my name. It used to be spelled Geo, actually, and now it's spelled Ga. So, I've had to live with that my entire life. Gawith, Goth, Garth. People start adding letters to my life.
I think before the end of the show, we should add a letter somewhere in there and make it really kind of fun and funky, and see what we can come up with there. So let me say hello to some of our guests here. I have Mr. Joel Comm in the house, and for those of you who don't know, Joel, these are for you. These are my hard eyes. They're only for Joel Comm. Anytime I've ever done them, I always say these are for Joel, just so we know. Joel's difficult too. He's one of those where his head will explode, but we do love him dearly. We do. Jeremy in the house. How are you? It's good to see you. Doc Nut Muscles, Adam Nally in the house. Brad is in the house. Brad Webb. Welcome, welcome. Melanie Weiser is here. Melanie wants to know who you are. We'll talk about it in a minute. Ikena Finch is here. Stacy DePolo. What is up? What is up? We have some great people here. So guys, do me a favor and hit that little share button. Share this out so we can get some more people in. We want to make sure that Marc feels really welcome. I want to get some audience participation about some questions. In a couple minutes, we're going to give you guys an opportunity to throw some questions at him too, which will be a lot of fun. So let's bring Marc back in here. We got to, what a Fitch slap is, Marc? I don't know if you really comprehend the Fitch slap. Are you familiar with it?
I've heard mention of this infamous or maybe famous Fitch slap. I've been preparing. I've literally been asking my wife to slap me every night in preparation.
Oh, and you tried to blame that on me instead of a little psychosomatic thing going on for you. But hey, it's okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Exactly. So I'm ready for it. So
I love
smack
it.
Away.
There you go. Well, just for those of you who don't know, we have a little graphic for you. The Fitch slap is a public service, okay? It only comes out when necessary. It is always done in love, and it's used to redirect the course of someone who's gone astray. So, Marc, if you don't go astray, we will not have to use it on you. Just stay in line. Remember, red is always right, and, that you'll be all good. It'll be easy.
I just have a big G written here on a piece of paper just to remind myself, based off of our conversation earlier. So, I don't want to get I don't want to get out of hand.
He's talking about the G rating. I've reminded him because, as you guys know, we've had some lovely guests on, like my dear friend Ted Rubin, who dropped an F-bomb and was the first guest I nearly threw off the show. So Mark is trying to remember to stay in that zone. So we really do appreciate you. And like I said, you're allowed to traverse into the PG, but don't get out
thank
of
you. Thank you.
If you can't stay, within the parameter, we give you some gray area. We give you some wiggle room. Oh, I love it. Melanie made sure we put in there. She reminding you the hashtag red is always right. So Mark, I hope you've been marinating on that this week.
Well, I've been married for almost 10 years and, generally they say the women in your life are always right. So I guess in this case, it's not far off from my daily
Well, I like it. So. I like this. You guys put a 1 in the chat box if he's giving us some good answers. Stacy says always. And Melanie wanted to know if you had seen the show before because she's worried about you. And Adam wants to know if Gawith is a New Zealander origin. Wait, of New Zealand. Are you talking about Zoolander? Or are you talking about New Zealand? I don't know what you're writing there, Adam.
New Zealander? Maybe he's making up a new
it might be because it's Zealander. So I'm not sure if it was like Zoolander, New Zealander. I don't know. But Adam, we call him the chat box king because he always comes up with the craziest, funnest, most wildest one-liners, and so we never know what he's got going on over there. And Stacy said someone needs to give her man that memo. I love it. And Mitch Jackson is in the house. A big shout out to Mitch as well. Thanks for being here. All right. So we're going to go with an easy question. We're going to just kind of ease you in really quick. Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
Black or white? Like if you have to pick black or white.
I would pick white. If I'm picking colors, I pick black because it's slimming, but I like white because it's clean. So I don't know what that says about me. Maybe gray is actually more my color. Who knows? Gray
means you're a flip-flopper because you can't decide between black and white.
Well, okay. Whatever is in that day, I think is what I'll go with.
Well, I like the fact that the black, because it's slimming, is exactly what I would have said. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to rock the black. So yep, I love it. I love that. And I don't know if we are frozen on my screen. I look a little frozen, but hopefully we're all good there. Okay, so now we know his black or white, where his temperament lies and why it goes there. He was actually very, descriptive. And Stacey DePola says, oh my gosh, that's such the right answer. He picked white first. Come on. Well, see, I don't know about if I would pick white first, but I totally like what you said. So like you're getting some kudos. You didn't even get slapped yet.
So white shoes,
no,
black shirt.
No.
It's always got to be white shoes. You got to have the clean white shoes. You can't have color shoes. Got to be white.
Oh no.
Yep.
Who thinks white shoes? Put a 1 in the chat box if you think white shoes, or a 5 if you think he's off his rocker.
Oh, anyone
I'm gonna stomp on your white shoes. I'm gonna go stomp on your white shoes. Oh my gosh. Stacy says go the light white.
Yep. Boom. Stacy.
Oh man. Well, Stacy's gonna. Oh yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, Tim McVeigh in the house. We got our Aussie friends here too. Stacy says 3. Stacy, really? What is that? That's such a guy answer, right? Melanie says 5. There you go. Let's see. Adam says white shoes with black shirt, red. Slap him now. Boom. Doc Muscles wanted you going down for the count. He's like,
Well, I can't please everybody.
There it goes. Great.
But I can please me, and that's the most important person.
Well, except for me. Yes, that would probably be. No, I like it though. Tim McVeigh says smiles to everyone. Thanks for being here, Tim. Okay, so I just wonder, first of all, you guys start putting some questions in the chat box you have for him. Do you think Mark could make a good he? And what would make a good he? We got to have chemistry. We got to have some witty banter. He's doing pretty good so far. We haven't thrown anything tough at him, but he's doing pretty good so far. Stacy says gray doesn't show dirt as much and go with either white or black clothes. Stacy, stop flip-flopping. Make a decision, girl. You are one of the most decisive people I know, and now you're trying to play in the gray zone. Just get out. Get out of the gray zone, girl. You do not belong.
Hey, when you're talking about SEO, gray is good. It's either white hat or black hat. but gray hat is when you get things done. So you know what? I think gray's a good color when it comes to a lot of things.
Look at him trying to drop some SEO knowledge bombs on you people. Woo!
I just read that in Cliff Notes 5 minutes ago. So don't even think like I'm an SEO guru.
You know what? I love that too. Melissa, thanks for being here, sweetie. And guys, thanks for sharing this out. I hope you guys are hitting that little share button and make sure that this message goes out, because Marc is doing a great job. And for those of you who are watching or listening to the podcast, we really do appreciate you. If you want to watch this episode live, you can go to VickiFitch.com and go to the Vicki Fitch Live tab. You can watch it on YouTube. You can also watch it on Facebook at facebook.com/VickiFitch1. And we'll probably throw it around a couple other places to make sure it's easy access for you. But definitely come in and look at Marc. Like I said, he's kind of a cutie pie. We're going to talk about his hair in a minute, but that's just a whole nother topic. So he's a great guy, and we really appreciate having him here. And for a second, because we have another special guest coming in that we have a program each week called the Rockstar of the Week. Community is extremely important in social media, in business, even here on the podcast. You guys are part of my community. You're part of my rock stars. You're part of the tribe that keeps me going each and every week. And so I have a Facebook group called the Entrepreneurial Rockstars, and we have a Rockstar of the Week each week. You guys, if you join the Rockstars, you can go to VickiFitch.com/freebies, or you can go to VickiFitch.com/biz, B-I-Z. And there's some other things that we might talk about tonight. You can click some tabs on that button. But if you want to join the Rockstars, click that, go to the biz page or the freebies page, click the button that says Entrepreneur Rockstars. We'd love to have you in there and give you a little cameo appearance here on the show as well. But today we have Miss Erin Sell of Socially Powered. So Erin's going to come in, and she's going to actually talk a little bit about community for a second, and then we're going to talk about an event, a super special event, Social Media Day Denver. So welcome to the show, Erin. How are you?
Hi, Vicki. I'm so excited to be here.
Virtual hug.
Oh. We'll get to have a real hug in a few weeks.
I know. I am super, super excited about it. This is going to be seriously one of the most epic events ever.
I cannot wait. June 30th.
I know, June 30th, Social Media Day Denver. In a minute, we'll put up a little card so you guys can do that. But we're going to talk about Erin for a second. Erin, tell us what you do for a living, and what is it that I'm going to use the word provoked you to do Social Media Day Denver, especially when attaching it to Joel Comm and his shenanigans, because that is a whole other thing altogether.
This is true. So I have a company, Socially Powered, and I help business owners power up their online presence through social media training, strategy, consulting, and actual management. Basically, the reason I started Social Media Day was I started this company and was looking for things around the Denver area, ways for me to learn, connect with other social media people. Mm-hmm. And I found that a lot of other towns were doing Social Media Day on June 30th, which is the international day for social media. Mm-hmm. And I thought, Denver has some amazing people here in town. Why aren't we doing something for Social Media Day? So we started it last year with a group that I'm a part of, the Colorado Women in Social Media. And basically, we just did like a small event or a smaller event. And that wasn't really what I wanted. I wanted to make it bigger and really bring in some powerhouses and invite, all of the Denver community, not just social media people, but business owners, people that are interested in learning more about social media. So here we have Social Media Day Denver 2017, which is bigger and better than ever.
Oh my gosh. And it is going to be epic. I'm super excited about speaking there. And of course, you're speaking there. Joel Comm, Kim Garst. I just saw Mr. Brian Kramer in the house. Brian is going to be there. Courtney Kramer, Mia Voss, Leslie Nance. I mean, it is a complete rockstar community. Super, super excited about that. You have already, what you've done already is just amazing, what you've put together.
Well, thank you. It's, I've definitely had help which has been can't even tell you. I'm so extremely grateful for all the help that I've had, because this is truly like my first big, really, really big event that I put together. And there are a whole lot of things that you don't even think about until, it comes time.
Yeah. I hear you, girl. I have put on some major events myself, and then it gets to, after a while, it gets to that point where you're like, okay, I got this. But in the beginning, it's like, wait, and then each time you add something new on, you're like, whoa. So
Right.
super excited about it. And I know that, you guys have some amazing sponsors coming, because as a matter of fact, we have, we'll talk about them a little bit later, but Archon Mounts is one of the sponsors that's going to be there. And you guys know I am a huge Archon fan. I was just doing the pre-broadcast with the TW broadcaster. I am a huge Archon fan, so we'll talk about them. Yeah, the ring. I know we have.
I guess I could unplug it. Doesn't need to be plugged in.
Those things are absolutely epic. So,
Yes.
Let's tell them really quick how they can get They can get tickets at socialmediadaydenver.com, right? And if they use the code Vicki, they will save $10 by, just. And I know there's some people in here. Put a 1 in the chat box if you guys are going. I know there's a couple. I know Adam has been contemplating it for sure, going out. I know Stacy DiPolo is contemplating it. And I know, like I said, Brian Kramer. I'm looking at our guest list. Brian Kramer. Of course, Joel is going to be there. Adam is going. Excellent, Adam. Super excited about having you there as well. And, tell us a little bit more about what they can expect, and then we'll get back to Mark, because I know he's kind of, he's kind of on a clock today. He wants to get off early and go night for beauty rest, because he's got his little coiffy hairdo thing going on, and we, got to make sure he gets to bed on time.
Well, I may have gotten some news today, so I don't know if we want to bring Mark back on, or we should save the news.
No, I think you should bring it on. You can bring Mark back on with you. You can take me off for a second. I think it'll take Randall a second, but you can take me off and put those two on, and I will just be the quiet observer from the background, screaming and hollering if it's lovely news. So we'll give Randall a chance to do that. I see Jen Hoverstad in the house. Welcome, Jen. Appreciate you being here. Stacy DePolo says she's a 1.75. Does that mean you're going no matter what? Come hell or high water? Or does that mean what? I am not quite sure. And there they are. The two. Oh, don't they look great together? Okay, so let me. I don't know. I can do a drum roll, but I'm going to pretend and see if I can get my mouth close enough to see if you guys can hear it.
Our plan worked to take over the show.
We'd have to change the name, because I'm definitely not redhead.
Yeah, you'll have to come up with a name on that one. So,
hey, back off, people! Don't be stealing the show.
Aaron, go ahead. Share the news.
Do you want to share the news, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Come from you.
No, it's your baby.
Well, I'm super excited to announce we got confirmation today that Mr. Marc Gawith is going to be here in Denver, and Name.com has officially signed on as a sponsor for Social Media Day Denver.
You guys can't see me dancing in the background, but I am. I'll do it for you again in a minute, but I'm dancing in the green room.
We can see her. She is dancing.
Right, I'm doing the windshield wiper.
Mark's not dancing.
Is that's the technical term, the windshield wiper?
I made that up right now because I felt like a windshield wiper.
We're super excited to be a part of it. I was a part of Social Media Shenanigans last year. Was able to come out to Denver for literally like 7 hours. So I'm excited to be there for a little bit more than that this year. Yep. Get to see everyone's faces again. Since Summit Live, I think was the last time we all connected. So it'll be a good chance to see everybody, and happy to be a part of Social Media Day Denver. So
yes, we are super excited to have you. It's always a good time when you're around. We've
well, thank you.
It's a better time when I'm around. Just because he's a sponsor, don't be kicking me to the curb now.
Oh, no way. We have some fun, Vicki.
I know, right, girl? Well,
Denver, here we come.
Right.
That's right.
Thank you. You know what, Erin? So excited that you're here, my friend. And we do have your social. Yeah, there you go. You guys go to socialmediadaydenver.com. Make sure you put in Vicki for your codes. You'll save $10. And that I want to know who's coming. We're going to do a little meetup. I know Adam now's coming. Stacy DePolo, she is going to get there no matter what. Mark is going to be there. Joel and Erin and Mia and Brian. And oh my gosh, it's going to seriously. You guys, think about this. You have an epic adventure with the top social media people in the world going to be right there, ready, in even a smaller environment than something like social media marketing world, where you can actually talk and interact and, ask questions. And then you can poke at Mark's hair. If you haven't seen it yet, it's like perfectly coiffed. And we could poke it and see if is it real? Does it spring back? It's like Stretch Armstrong, or I don't know what happens. But you guys, we want to put up Erin's information. You guys, if you want to reach Erin, you can reach her, and we have her card up there. Let's see. Denver's, yeah, you got to go on. You guys take a screenshot of that, but that is Erin's information, sociallypowered.com. But you can also go to socialmediadaydenver.com. You can see her at Socially Powered on most platforms. She's Erin Sell on LinkedIn as well as Snapchat. But again, take a screenshot of that. Definitely stay connected with her. Follow her on social media platforms. She is a woman full of knowledge, full of wisdom, and full of fun. So I hope we get to see you guys there. Erin, thank you so much for coming into the show. We so appreciate you, and congratulations on landing Mr. Quaff over here as one of the sponsors.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Vicki. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, you are so welcome. We appreciate you. And we're going to have you on Vicki Fitch Live, where we can actually have a full-on interview, because I can't wait for the audience to know a little bit more about you.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, girl. Love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye. Okay, so Stacy DePolo says, I'm the best designated driver for drunk domaining. Just saying. And if you guys don't know what that is, you will have to watch an old episode of mine on Periscope where we talked about that. So I don't drink, and so I get to be the one that observes everyone as they get a little tipsy, and it makes it a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get him back in here, this Mr. Mark. Okay, Mark. So
yes.
We're going to just kind of drop some bombs here and give you a chance to tell us, why do you think you should be the new he? What do you got? What do you bring to the table, brother?
It's all right here.
The hair? It was the hair. He's pointing at his
hair. It's just the face.
The face. Oh, baby face.
No, I mean, I feel like I'm doing a good job. I mean, clearly there's been some people that have disagreed with my black and white approach. I don't know who those people are, but we're going to have a conversation offline. I'm just the perfect combination of smart. No, I'm not even going to go down that. That's just going to get bad in a hurry. No, I mean, this is fun. I mean, there's nothing more to say than this is fun. You get to have fun, with people that are like-minded. You get to have a witty conversation. You get to do it, in sort of a, in a clean, in a G-rated, manner.
Right.
And talk business, have a little fun, give people a little bit of crap, and have it thrown right back in your face. So.
Well, that's why we call it Monday Fun Day, is because people work so hard that, a lot of people had dread going back to work on Monday. So we try and make Monday that fun day where when people go back to work, they have something to look forward to on Monday night, where they can, they can let loose a little, they can laugh, they can have some fun. And just like I said, he gets some business, like I said, a little bit of business and a whole lot of fun, because we do, we do talk about things that are coming up in the social media world. We'll talk a little bit more about social media in a minute, and about what you do at the, at .name, but the .live opportunities are a really great thing. And we're going to kind of bring that in just a little bit. But, I'm going to ask you like some interview questions. I did some surveys earlier in the week, asked people, what should I ask somebody who wants to be the new he? So I'm going to throw out a few of the questions that they asked based on either other people that have interacted or different things that have happened. So one of them was, do you, well, I'll wait for that one. I'll wait for that one. Okay. Are you going to try and change me? I'm always looking for someone that loves me just the way I am. This is me. Are you going to try and change me? Are you going to represent at the show? Or are you going to try and change me?
I think you have to just live with the person the way they are, good, bad, indifferent.
Are you saying I'm bad or indifferent? Because I just think good would have just sufficed. You could just leave it at good.
I'll let everyone else, if anyone that's listening or watching, formulate their own opinions.
Oh, I feel like that was like a Fitch tap. Like I kind of just got a little nudge over there.
It was sort of like just a poke.
Fitch
but
poke.
No, I don't think you try to change anyone. Regardless, right? You have obviously it's your show. It's not like Mark said, she said. It's not my show. So I don't think you try to change the person. I think you roll with what works and try to bring your own flavor to it.
That's actually a really good answer. Adam says, "Are you going to change me?" Loaded question, Mark. Beware. Because there are things. I think you bring people to the table and you see how they mesh, right? And you see how they blend, and if they have similar personality styles. Because let's face it, I am. You and I've met in person. I can be a little bit intimidating, but I don't try to be intimidating.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because we met in person for the first time in LA at Live, and my colleague that was working at my booth, I think he may have had like a slight heart attack when you came up and we're talking to him.
I asked some questions. I told him the situation, which, by the way, has still not been resolved.
That's true. I still need to. I actually have an email in my inbox regarding it, so I just need to. It's good now that we're talking, because it's reminded me to follow through on that. So.
Well, so I can be a little bit intimidating. I am 6 foot tall. I'm a redhead. I'm Italian and French, so I talk with my hands, and I have a big personality. But again, I don't try and take over people's lives. I'm actually a good blender. Ask Aaron. I can blend in. I can blend. True story. I'm a blender. I can blend.
When you wear camouflage?
Yeah. Totally. Like we were on the deck over at Social Media Marketing World, and I got next to a plane like this, and nobody could even tell I was there.
Wow.
I know, right? I'm like a chameleon.
That's impressive for sure.
It is it's wicked impressive. Adam says he's going to follow me around with a defibrillator to restart the hearts of those I intimidate, causing palpitations. Adam is a doctor. And so, it is good to have my physician around. And Stacy DePolo says, "Oh no, not you, Red." And Adam says, "Intimidating? No." Okay, come. I'm starting to feel like there's a pattern going on there. Of people suggesting I'm
I would just maybe we can position it this way. You're a big personality.
Thank you, Mark. I like him right now. Right now, I like you. I have to tell you, that was some good brownie points. So you just did that. Yep, I like you right now. For a minute. I don't know. Don't let your head go.
Hey.
Don't let it go.
Pretty soon it's going to block out all these photos.
I love it. Okay, so the next question was, it's actually about that. Will success swell your head? Do you start getting all full of yourself if things go really well?
So no, and this is why. This is going to sound really bad, but at a young age, my mom told me that I shouldn't be so cocky. And I responded with it's not cocky, it's confidence. Mm-hmm. So I have confidence about myself enough to where when someone says something about me, I'm already my own biggest fan, so my head can't get any bigger.
I love it. I always do a show called, a Periscope or, live stream show. There's a difference between cockiness and confidence, right? And kind of where do you fall on that line? And there is a huge difference, because cockiness is based on posturing. And usually it's insecure people that are trying to pretend that they're confident. That's what the cocky people are. But confident people, they're just okay with who they are. They're just okay.
Yeah. And, I think, you're hiding behind, if you're cocky, you're hiding behind an element of insecurity. I I don't think I've ever been insecure about anything. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but just be purely honest. There's no insecurities here. So
I love that because, I think that's good because when a guy's insecure, if there's a confident woman around, they tend to either start trying to posture, they get uncomfortable, they start saying stupid stuff. You've seen it. Like we've seen it on my fans have seen it on this show where we've had some people coming in to be the new he, and then all of a sudden they just went cray. Like all of a sudden one of them started kind of emotionally attacking the guests. I was like,
oh my goodness,
dude, back off. You don't say that to them. It's just funny how that just happens, right? It doesn't make them bad people. It just happens that you gotta kind of, I always call it rounding the edges. We gotta round the edges and make sure that you stay in a solid position. So let's talk about, I'm gonna kind of dive into another piece because it's a little bit relevant here about like live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
You're a live streamer. Well, I mean, how much live streaming do you do? Do you prefer doing it? Obviously, you're live streaming right now with us because we're pushed out live to Facebook. And I know that you have a Periscope account. So tell us about your live streaming experience and what you like to do.
Yeah, really big fan of live video. I think it's, it's a great tool, great resource for individuals. And even now, more importantly for brands, it's a great marketing, it's a great sales tool. So from that perspective, I love jumping on and doing live video, where it makes sense for me. I do now actually a lot more behind the camera, I guess you might say, even though I like to be on camera. So I guess I have this weird passion about doing both, but I can't really be behind the camera and be on the camera at the same time. So I love it. I don't do it as much as I did probably 6 months ago. Obviously a year plus ago, or right coming off the heels of the first Summit Live after they renamed it from Periscope Community Summit. That's when I kind of caught the bug, if you will. And just seeing everything that was going on with live video. And this was before Facebook Live, was a thing, right? So I think Meerkat actually even still existed then.
Apparently it was hanging on by a thread.
Exactly. And, that was right when Blab was like the big thing people were talking about, like, oh my God, you got to get on Blab, you got to get Blab. And, now it's like the platform that we love to, hate talking about. I know,
I cry every time.
But I think it's an amazing tool. Is more importantly than anything, I think it's an amazing tool, and I think everyone needs to embrace it in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
Regardless if they're an individual or a small company or even the biggest of brands, they need to be participating and doing something in this space.
Definitely. Well, and it's true. And I see by the way, I love that. Doc Muscles wrote, I'm already my own biggest fan by Marc Gawith. It's a new quote that will be trending by morning. Nikki, definitely get a graphic done for that for us.
There's going to be a meme.
I love it. But you know what? It's true that it's okay to be your own biggest fan when you're not putting yourself above other people to know. I know I'm one of my own biggest fans, right? The believing in yourself is different. It doesn't, it just means that when everybody else starts doubting you, that you still have enough, gumption to keep on going and say, no, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. So I think it's a really, really cool thing. And I see Mr. Zach Fitch is in the house. That happens to be my son. Jessica Phillips is here. Welcome, sweetheart. It's good to see you. Marcia is here. Oh, well, you're here, Marcia. She says she can't get into the broadcast, but you just typed that, Marcia. So hopefully you are here. And you guys just let us know what questions that you also have for Marc. Like I said, he has he has a little one at home. And so we're trying to cut the broadcast off a little bit shorter because, he wants to make sure that he doesn't, wake anybody. Plus he needs his beauty sleep. Like, I think I see a wrinkle starting. I think his brow's starting to furrow. I think I see it. Stacy's up here in the camera going, what?
I better get some cream on that.
Hey, I bet somebody in the audience has some cream from a direct sales company they can send you. They can take care of you, Mark.
I'll do a live video review of it.
There you go. Well, that's a perfect segue, actually. I don't know if Randall can jump on this, but we do actually. I'm one of our sponsors that I missed a moment ago happens to be with Rodan & Fields, and we are doing a 30-day lash boost challenge. And if you guys don't know, on Wednesday I will be posting my naked eyeball pictures where you guys get to see the before and after on the 30 days. I'll actually be using it for 90 days, but I've already seen a difference in the 30 days, so you guys will get to experience it. I have to tell you, I don't share my naked eyeballs very often with anybody. So it'll be an experience. So if you guys aren't here on Wednesday night, you're going to be missing out on hashtag naked eyeball pictures.
Wow.
Saying, right? Like, who wants to miss that? That's a big deal. Most women do not go around without their makeup on. Put a one in the chat box, you guys, if you are on the same page with me. Whether you're a man or a woman, you know, most women do not go, they certainly don't go live streaming or put pictures of themselves without mascara or without eye makeup on. So naked eyeball pictures are kind of a big thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're putting yourself out there big time.
Thank you, Mark. See, Mark gets it. I need a guy that gets me, right? I need to know. He gets it. He gets it. So, Mark, how do you feel about our sponsors? If we have beauty products and our sponsors want you to try them out, what are you going to do?
I'm game with it.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. That's a man who can own his manhood without feeling jeopardized.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
I have a little boy, and
how old is he, by the way?
He's 15 months, and we're expecting a little girl in October.
Congratulations!
So, thank you. So I have a feeling that this will only be the beginning. You know, she's going to want to paint my fingernails and toenails, and you know, I have enough hair you could probably curl it. So you know, it's only the beginning.
So, okay, guys, this gives him some street cred right here, because he basically just said he's open for sponsorship opportunities. It's like blending him in already to bond with his little girl. Like, I just got to say, like, he's either a really good suck up or he's actually a pretty good candidate. I'm just saying, it could be either. I'm not going to make a decision on which one it is.
I was fed these questions
right?
before.
I love it. Mr. J.S. Gilbert is in the house, and he says he has naturally luxurious eyelashes. J.S., I have met you, but I didn't do any Eskimo kisses with you, so I don't know about those eyelashes.
I've seen J.S.'s eyelashes. They're quite long and luscious.
Are they? Ooh, luscious eyelashes. Jessica says, Dad up. That's awesome. Little girls are so much fun. She has 3 little girls. Jessica, that rocks, girlfriend. Adam says, naked eyeball pictures. I thought this was a G-rated show. Adam, you are the bomb. Let's see. Jessica says, not unless there's a Snapchat butter filter woke up like this. I don't even know what you guys are talking about there, but I'm just going to assume it's a good thing. I'm going to assume it's a good thing. Wait, Desitin diaper cream on their facial wrinkles might help. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me over here on the chat. Okay, so let's go back to Mark and say, Mark, I don't know, have you ever watched me live stream?
Individually,
like
just
no.
No, like where you have, you know, a show, or you're just doing, you know, one
of my live streams podcast. Really, okay, where I'm going at is like I do Troll Patrol on my live streams. Have you ever seen me do Troll Patrol?
I don't believe I've ever seen that, but I would like to see it. I think I'm gonna have to definitely tune in, because that's actually fun.
It is quite comical, actually. It's very it's very entertaining. So how do you handle trolls on live streams? Have you experienced any trolls when you've live streamed?
Me personally, I haven't. I've seen, you know, trolls pop up in live streams. You know, my approach to anyone like that is just to ignore them. You know, there's going to be haters anywhere, you know, and, you know, whether that's on a live stream or in your job or your personal life. So, you know, why let that person bring you down, right? Just, you know what you do, you know that you're good at what you do. So, you know, why let someone hate on you and ruin your day?
Adam says, are you sure he's ever watched your live stream? Because you always do Troll Patrol. You're right, Adam. Let's see. What? Sorry, Stacy's putting up her thing in the back. She said the reason Mark hasn't been trolled is because no one wants to see Mark's boobs, his eyebrows, or his feet. I don't even know. I don't think it's boobs. I think that's his boys, but I know what she meant. That's the reason. But his eyebrows are on fleek. So again, those of you guys who are, I still don't know what that says, Stacy.
Bob's.
But she spelled it wrong. Bob's is B-O-B, not B-O-P. So anyway, so Stacy, if you guys don't know, Stacy and Randall Harp are the ones that do the green room and the behind the scenes stuff and push this out to Facebook Live. So kudos to them from Chapel Hill Media and Bible News Radio. For those of you guys who have downloaded this podcast on iTunes or Stitcher or Blog Talk Radio, thank you so much for being here. But I recommend that you watch the live show because I have to tell you, we're kind of a hoot back here. And there is going to be a time, as a matter of fact, Aaron is still here in the green room. Aaron, if we could get the copy, if that was recorded when I did the video for Social Media Day Denver, I would love that back room where Andrea Ball started doing the stripper pole in the back. I think we're going to release a section of videos that nobody knows are around from the green rooms around the world, because I have to tell you, they are hilarious. So go ahead. What, Mark?
I can only imagine what that must have looked like with Andrea doing that.
Well, I burst out laughing. I could not stop laughing because I was talking about something where I said, well, I always tell people that if you're not going to ask for the sale, I was talking about what I'm going to be speaking at Social Media Day Denver. And how I did over $50,000 in sales in my first 5 months on Periscope, and how that increased. And I said, people don't it's not like at your live streams, they just throw wads of cash at you, like, unless you're on a stripper pole. And then all of a sudden Andrea's back in the background. She's pretending she's on a stripper pole. And I burst out laughing. It was hilarious. But that's what real live streamers, people that like to entertain and participate, we don't care. We're not trying to make everybody love us, right? We're just being ourselves. And that's why I'm looking for the right someone who wants to be himself, not try and one up me or whatever. Because I don't, I say Red is always right because I am, but I don't have to be right. The whole point is for us to have fun, for us to identify how we can bring entertainment to people who want to be entertained, who want to have some fun on a Monday, and who want to have some questions about business and stuff like that. So, it's a lot of things. Adam says, upcoming viral video, what makes the green room green? Yeah, right? Or what makes the green room blush?
I've always wondered why they call it a green room. Why not a pink room?
Well,
why did they choose green years ago?
I'm guessing because of the green screens. I don't know. I'm going to just go with that. Like, if we had to say like three truths and a lie, or 3 lies and a truth, I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to it too. So I could sell that.
Maybe someone Google it.
Aaron wants to know what your quote was again. Adam, put up, what was the quote again? I'm my own biggest fan. Something like that. Yeah, I am my own biggest fan. I love it. Understatement of the decade. I don't have to be right, Vicki Fitch. You forgot the other part. I don't have to be right. I just am. Anyway, what?
She's like that Outback commercial. No rules, just right.
Well, I'm fun. I mean, you have to admit that. I'm actually fun. I like to have fun. Like, you are.
No, you are for sure.
I like to have a lot of fun. I like to be real. And when we were talking about the Troll Patrol, because I don't actually, I'm sorry, Tim McVeigh says the reason they call it the green room is because of that turning green feeling before you go on the air.
Maybe that's true.
I don't know. I've never felt that way. I always get so excited about being on the air. Even my first broadcast where I was broadcasting my feet, and the other one where I couldn't figure out how to talk to people because I was trying to text back to them. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to you. And they're like, you just speak.
Was that episode 63?
No, that was episode, we'll call it 0 because it was D-Day. Anyway, it was hilarious. So anyway, we'll talk more about Troll Patrol soon, but I don't want to miss some of these other things because I know we are running out of time already, and I had so much more to talk to you about and a few things to bag on you about.
Well, bag away.
right? We have to bag on one because, when I look at your social media profiles, which we'll be setting up later and we'll be putting them up, but one of them you distinctively decided to put on there, bow tie ninja. And I'm just curious, and when we're talking about brands and consistency and building a business, when you go with Marc Gawith and then bowtie.ninja. So I'd just love for you to share the wisdom behind that Snapchat handle.
Yeah. So that's actually not my Snapchat handle. It's actually a URL shortener that's just takes you to my to the ad screen to add me on Snapchat. So instead of going to snapchat.com/user/my handle, you just simply type bowtie.ninja into a browser and it brings up my Snapchat code. So it's actually a smart and easy way to get people to your Snapchat code.
We could have, this is definitely one of those conversations we could have, because I totally agree that having a short is cool and smart. I just don't know everyone will remember Marc and Bowtie Ninja.
So that's true. But the people that do know me personally know that I like bow ties, and I'm an expert at bow ties. So therefore I'm a ninja and I'm a bow tie ninja. So it just kind of made sense. That in
some illogical kind of way. Right?
Yeah. I mean, in my way, it works perfectly. No, it always gets people to inquire about what is that, so it's a it's a little bit of a talking piece for me too in my business. So
well, I do love that, and as someone in the marketing space, I can think of some really fun ideas where we can create that market separator that maybe had a little bit more rememberability by the rest of the people that don't know you. Because I have to tell you, I had to look at it 3 times because I kept wanting to, because Bowtie Tom, right on, so I kept wanting to call you Bowtie Tom. No, Bowtie. So I'm just saying. We could come up with something, but I do love that whole market separator. I see Sean in the house. Welcome, Sean. I also see, Matt Vosberg. What's up, Matt? It's so good to see you. Jessica says, but they will remember Bowtie Ninja, not just Marc. It's actually smart, less common than name than Marc, and personable. Again, I agree and disagree. This is like a perfect debate item, but we don't have enough time. Okay.
I need to say hello to Matt Vosberg. Matt and I have known each other for probably 10 years.
What?
I probably haven't seen Matt in 5 or 6 years.
What?
What's up, Matt?
I'm an Infusionsoft certified partner, and Matt is the bomb.com. Matt is my man. He's the one that gets me out of trouble when I'm in trouble and helps me.
Yeah, Matt says 11. We've known each other for 11 years.
Oh, my God. Anybody known this guy for 11 years? That's concerning me. Like, that's scary. Sean, it's so good to see you, sweetheart. I met Sean actually at Icon as well. And Bowtie and Jessica says she loves it, Marc. She's coming to your defense. Jessica's like, I think if she's putting up her proverbial like dukes for you, I think she's trying to take me down. She's trying to Fitch slap me. Jessica, back off, girl, back off. Just kidding.
Yeah. It's a memorable online brand, and that's what I'm all about. It's creating memorable online brands. So.
That's him. Well, then I want you to start wearing a bow tie on your head, like the Madonna. Do you remember the old Madonna bow in the hair? I want you to wear one right across your forehead at Social Media Day Denver.
Challenge accepted. Did you know that you can take a regular tie and tie it like a bow tie?
I did. You know what? I'm bringing a tie with me, and you are going to teach me that. We are live streaming it at Social Media Day Denver. I'm just saying. Okay. I wasn't going to do a He Said Red Said episode from social when I'm there. Well, I don't know if you're still going to be there. I'll be there for 10 days because I'm working on my other book, but
I will not be there for 10 days.
Are you sure? Like
I was just in Vegas for a week last month, and that was brutal. So.
And your poor wife, she's pregnant and she has a little toddler, right?
Yeah, she was hanging out with her parents in Scottsdale while I was in Vegas. So at least she had some company for sure. So
that's awesome. I can't wait to see some pics of the little one. Your son. You said he's 15 months. What's his name?
Grayson.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's all I have on my phone anymore. So pictures of him. So
Right. Somebody steals my phone. It's like, daddy, 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 daddy. I love it. I love it. Okay. So Mark, we're going to talk a little bit about what you do and a .live. That's where the .ninja comes in as well. So
Yes.
share with people about, custom, having these custom extensions and that kind of stuff and how it affects things. And then we'll talk about, a code. Maybe there might be a special discount coming for some of you guys. So go ahead and tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah. So my company is Right Side. That's the name of our company, which is not necessarily important for this conversation at all. Just to provide a little bit of a kind of backstory. We own 40 domain extensions. So everyone that's listening and watching are familiar with com, net, org. Kind of the ones that have been around for years. Our company owns domain names like .live and .video and .social, .news and .lawyer and .ninja. So we actually own 40 new domain extensions. There you go. They're new. They're more personable. I don't even know if that's a word, but I just said it. They're more brandable. They're more memorable, which is evident by bowtie.ninja. And there's more availability with these domains. So if you're doing a live video, if you're a live video content creator, it would make sense for you to have either your show name.live or your first and last name.live or first name.live. So I own mark.live. There's only one person that can own mark.live. And I do. So that's pretty cool for me.
Don't even go there, right? It's Mark with a C though. Mark with a K. Do you own Mark with a K too?
I don't.
Yeah.
But, there are plenty of famous Marks with a C that could potentially want that domain name. It could, it's an investment opportunity as well. So, they're becoming very popular with brands, companies that want to use them as URL shorteners. So actually Microsoft is using msft.social for all of their social media sharing. So they use that as a social media URL shortener. GoDaddy actually uses gddy.social as a URL shortener. So we're seeing, lots of these companies start to adopt these new, more specific domain endings. And, it makes sense for social media, .social. And yeah, I think it's a great business to be a part of because there's 120 million .coms that are registered. So the likelihood of getting a good, short, memorable .com is pretty much non-existent, but you can still get a lot of good, relevant, even one word, .live or .social or .video or .news or .whatever domain names. So.
Well, and I agree. I think that it's a really good, as you know, I have VickiFitch.live as well. And then actually you guys have the way you guys have your system that it's an automatic redirect. If you go to VickiFitch.live, it actually just ports. I messed it up. So I actually have to send Mark a message because I meant for it to go to the Vicki Fitch live page. So it just popped right in there. But right now it goes to VickiFitch.com instead of VickiFitch.com/Vicki-Fitch.live. And so it's like you're saying a URL shortener. It is. Yep. And it's simple and easy to remember. So it's something you guys definitely want to take a look at. A lot of really popular people, a lot of people that are in the social media space are choosing some of those avenues again, just as even as a direct, instead of when you're pulling in something where you've got even multiple, like for mine, I'm saying VickiFitch.com/Vicki Fitch Live, where you're going to a second page or even a sub page of those. This one domain can go ahead and redirect right to it. So it's something to definitely think about, a minimal amount of money for a maximum amount of exposure and something that can really, target your traffic. So it's a really good idea. And Mark, you have a special for my guests that are listening to the shows, as well as the people that are here live.
Yeah. So anyone that's interested in live and getting a .live domain name, you can go to name.com and you can do a search for a .live domain name at the shopping cart. Enter in the code M as in Mark, G as in George, live. So my last initial live, and it will give you, I believe it's 20% off the .live registration, and that's only for general price domain names, so that doesn't include premiums. So if anyone is looking for their first name, it's probably going to be a premium. If it's a common first name like Mark, my first name was $125. So working for the company, I didn't get a discount. I had to pay full price, for it. But
I have a discount code for you next time.
Yeah, actually, I would love it if it worked on premium domains. Actually, I wouldn't, because I'd have a lot more, and I would have spent a lot more money, my own personal money, on domain names. But I have a domain problem, I think.
That's why we have the drunk domaining. That I'm in charge of the drunk domaining. Stacy DiPaolo from GoDaddy that's watching this right now, and Courtney Kramer are cray when it comes to domain searches. And I'm just saying, but I think I do own Jeff Bullis won't friend me.com. And Jeff Bullis did friend me.com, just so you just so we all know it happens. So
when I used to work for GoDaddy. I worked there for 9 years. So I spent a lot of time there, and actually at a company dinner that was basically just, our team, I had a few drinks, we'll just say that. I bought like 7 domain names while I'm sitting at dinner. I bought doscervezasporfavor.com because I thought that was a good idea. So, I think we've all been there. So
I can honestly say I have not been on that side of it. I've been on the observing,
the laughing side.
Yes, the observing side. And Adam says a new quote he's going to be using: "I have a domain problem" by Marc Gawith.
I actually did a live video with Ryan Bell.
That must have been hysterical already.
And Chris Hewer about basically Domainers Anonymous, how there needs to be a group for those people that have a problem with buying too many domain names. So I think actually Ryan Bell, funny, just real quick, he bought I think Jean Jorts or something like that, something with jorts in it, and I think he has it redirected to I had it redirected to either my LinkedIn profile or I used to work with. So we've had a lot of fun with it.
Well, and I think we're going to have Stacy DiPaolo on as one of the rock stars of the week coming up soon, and because GoDaddy has that search function now where you can actually save the domain names that you think of while you're drunk, so you can check in the next day and see, do I really want that one or not? So
that's smart.
That's where the drunk domaining came from, is that her and Courtney started coming up with all these and then saving them. And then they get to see the next day these crazy, ridiculous names. It was fun though. It was absolutely a hoot. So you guys, if you guys didn't catch that, MG Live, MGLIVE is the code you can use at name.com if you guys are interested in getting a .live or even .ninja, or is it only one extension, or what is it?
I think it works on all of them.
Okay.
I'm almost pretty sure. So try it. If it doesn't, you can reach out to me directly, and I will. I'll make sure that I get it updated.
Oh, look at that. Yes. And Adam says 12-step domain programs for DDA, drunken domain addictions. I told you he's the chat box king. The guy he's a master at that. Okay, so I still had tons of questions for you, but I know that you have to go very shortly. So we are going to I'm going to ask for one true confession, pet peeve, or a random topic, just so you guys, if you throw one up in the chat box really quick before Mark thinks of one, because we do a little segment. I think Aaron should tell you. Aaron, you should throw something in the chat box that tells a pet peeve, a true confession, or a random topic. Like what do you guys want Mark to tell you? Because really, we didn't really put him to the test. He didn't give us a whole 90 minutes, so we didn't get all of the Markness that we needed.
I can tell you a true confession that most people will probably be blown away by.
Okay. Well, this better be good. And if you tell me that you ate chicken for dinner, that does not count.
No, I had beef, but it does segue nicely because it's a story about cows.
Oh, okay.
So I grew up in Kansas. I grew up on a farm.
Okay.
And when you grow up, on a farm, you do a lot of things. You pretty self-sufficient, right?
Is this a cow tipping? Is this about
No,
cow tipping?
I have actually delivered a baby cow.
What?
Yeah, where the vet couldn't get there in time. So I don't know if you've seen a baby cow be delivered.
I have actually.
Okay, so I've done
That's interesting.
all of everything that's required to.
Did you have the big glove or did you have to go in alone?
Yes, there were gloves. There were gloves involved.
The gloves go up to the end of the arm if you guys.
There were actually chains as well.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was stuck. But anyway, yes.
Wow.
So I have been shoulder deep.
Wow. That's saying something. I gotta say, Tim McVeigh says, follow the yellow brick road.
There was no yellow brick roads.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so anyway, most people don't know. You would, if you saw me at Social Media Day Denver or any event for the first time, you would definitely not peg me as a guy that grew up.
Not with that hair.
In Kansas.
Not with that hair.
So I always like to share that one because it's it's something that I think maybe grounds me a little bit, brings me back to my roots and reminds
I feel a Garth Brooks song coming on.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites, but yeah. So anyway, that's a personal confession. It's probably not as personally revealing as some people have been.
It's not really so much a confession because confessions are stuff that you did that maybe you shouldn't have done, or you're kind
there's plenty of those, but I'm not necessarily embarrassed by any of them. It's just dumb stuff that you do as a kid or a teenager or someone in your 20s or even 30s. So
I wasn't making too many dumb mistakes still in my 30s. I'm hoping, like, if I look back, but we won't. I'm only 22 right now, so I wouldn't know yet. So we're just going to go with that, right? Yeah.
Yes,
And Aaron says we're going to save it for the next. He said, Red said, absolutely. We'll definitely save that one. Really quick, we've been talking a lot about speaking engagements. We've been talking about Social Media Day Denver, and I want to remind you guys again, definitely. I don't care where you live. Come to Social Media Day Denver. That is going to be an epic group of people. I mean, seriously, you don't want to miss out on this. Denver's not that far away from anywhere. And, I don't know if you guys know this, but Chocolate Johnny is actually flying in from Australia as part of it too. So you guys, you can't complain unless you're past Australia. Then you could snivel. But other than that, no sniveling. Just get there. It's going to be a great group of people. Mark is going to be there now. I will Fitch slap him in person for you if you come. I just want that on the record. I'm totally willing to do that. I'm a giver, right? And I'm just a giver.
The one thing that Denver is a long way away from is the Denver airport.
Thank you, Mark. It's all the way on the other side of the world.
It's so freaking far away.
Is it really? So
and
are you discouraging me now?
Vic, you've flown into Denver, haven't you, Vicky?
Yes, but you're just.
Have you ever watched the YouTube videos about the Denver airport?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, you want to go down
all the terminals that you have to go.
No, it's about like the conspiracy theories. If you want to literally go down just a YouTube rabbit hole, Google Denver airport conspiracy, and
you're kidding.
I mean, it's just. There's so many stories about
Erin's back here shaking her head. Oh my gosh, you can't believe it. I love it. Now I feel like I have some nighttime. Last night I went to bed to Dennis Yu showing me his new Facebook strategies, and now tonight I'm gonna have to go to bed watching a YouTube rabbit hole on the Denver airport.
Just look at the horse's eyes when you leave the Denver airport.
The horse's eyes. Oh, and Aaron's writing, it's haunted. Illuminati of airports is what Tim McVeigh said. I love it. You guys are killing me. Well, as we're speaking, and I know Aaron won't be disappointed in this, but I have another speaking engagement I'm going to be at. And I found out one of you, I think it was Marcia. Was it you, Marcia, that told me you were actually flying over there to, I will be speaking in New Zealand at the social media conference, The Evolution. And we want you to come over and let's evolve together. So you guys definitely, it's in Auckland, New Zealand. And I'm super excited about it. It's September 15th and 16th. That's their 15th and 16th. That's our 14th and 15th, I think it is. But I hope that you guys will take the time to check it out. It's going to be an epic adventure as well. Johnny will be there as well, and Samantha, the tweeting goddess. We got Juanita Fury. There's a whole group, a whole host of some really amazing guests. So I hope you guys will consider coming to there as well. And that's the anyway, it was up there on there. Was it socialmedia.conference.co.nz or something? What is it? I think I got that right. And you can also use the hashtag SMCNZ17. We certainly hope that you guys are going to be there. If you're following me on social media, that is going out on a regular basis, so you guys can easily click and get your registration. Remember, it's a tax write-off, people. Go get some education, learn how to build your business and your brand in a beautiful location. And I will be there. I'm just saying, that's worth something, at least to me. Because like Mark says, I am my own biggest fan.
You gotta be.
Right? You do have to be. Okay, and I don't know, was Nikki able to drop in Mark's favorite quote? I don't know. He didn't give it to us till today, but I don't know if he did. Randall, if you could pop that up there. I know Nikki did a graphic for it, but I don't know if she dropped it in the box or not. So just so you guys know, his favorite quote is "Don't eat yellow snow." I'm just saying.
I put 2 in there.
Well, still, that was the better of the 2. The other one was less, you are where you are, or be where you are.
Wherever you go, that's where you are.
Wherever you go, that's where you are. I mean, that was just too.
I told you I'm not a deep thinker. I mean,
that is the one I wanted. I am not a deep thinker, Mark.
I practiced that. All these people are like, when you stare into the mirror stares back at you. I'm like, yeah, hello.
I love it. You're awesome. Okay. And so you guys really quick, let's see. Do you have anything else that you wanted to say to them, Mark? Like anything you wanted to tell them? We are going to put your social media card up, but anything else that you wanted to share with the audience, why they should pick you, why you love social media, why you love being on He Said, Red Said, why you think I'm so fantastic. Those are always good for brownie points.
Man, those are
you shouldn't think so hard about that one. There should have been some
talking points. I'm sad we didn't get to talk about my hair.
Right? Like I think Erin's gonna run her hands through them. We're gonna braid it really quick where you're not looking.
Yeah, I'm getting a haircut on Friday, so I won't cut any of this off. It'll just get just cleaned up.
Oh, okay.
But, that's fine. No, I think I guess if I could leave you with one piece of advice. No, I'm not going to go there. Social media, live video. There's so many good things that are happening in this space. There's so many good people to learn from. And ultimately, I think whatever you do, don't be afraid to reach out, because most everyone I know in this space is happy to share. It's unlike any industry I've been a part of in that, a lot of times people have been very slow to share their knowledge. They hold it very close to their the vest, because they don't want to share their insider secrets and fear that you might take over their top spot of being the number one social media influencer. Ultimately, I think there's tons of really, really good people in this space. A lot of them are here in this green room. So definitely feel free, reach out to anybody if you're listening to this and are interested in, getting started in social media. If you have questions, I know Erin is a great resource. Vicki is a great resource. Reach out to anybody, and they'll be more than happy to help and, answer a question, without asking for anything in return most times. So
absolutely. And that brings me to a couple good points too. For those of you guys, I'm going to introduce myself in a minute, but just reminding you, I do live stream every day, typically at 6:00 on both Facebook Live and Periscope. So you can, and on Friday nights, I do a show called Ask Vicki, Ask a Serial Entrepreneur Anything. So you can hashtag Ask Vicki and send it to me at Vicki_Fitch, and I answer any questions that you have, always for free. That it's one day a week, you can get those questions answered, plus every other day that I live stream, I give a little 5-minute segment at the end to answer your questions. So there are lots of people out here that are willing to give you information to help you build a business and a brand. For those of you guys, again, who have downloaded this on iTunes, Stitcher, or Blog Talk Radio, wherever you got this, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate you. And I hope that you will check out episode 64 or 65, again, whichever one it is, with Mr. Marc Gawith. You will get to see his coiffed hair, because he does have a lovely, lovely little mane. He's a handsome man. He's very sweet and kind, and we really do
Thank you.
appreciate his efforts here, his contribution to the show. And you guys need to get voting. We only have 2 more people, and then you guys have to pick. Like, that's it. The hunt for he is over. We are not taking any more applicants, but we are listening to your feedback on who you think the best applicant is, because I want you guys to be entertained and have some fun, and again, be educated, have someone that has something of value to deliver. So really quick, next week's show next week we don't have a He Said, Red Said. I'm actually have an event to be at, but the week after that is Mr. Jamar Brown. He has a show called Break It Down Brown, and he wants to be, he's on the hunt for he thinks he can take Mark down. He told me he could probably like totally lay Mark out, but anyway, we won't go to that. So we got Mr. Jamar Brown coming up in 2 weeks. This Wednesday night, though, you guys know I have 2 podcasts a week. He Said, Red Said on Monday nights. On Wednesday nights is Vicki Fitch Live, A Fresh Perspective. The first Wednesday of the month is the Evict the Bully in Your Head series. I'm writing a new book that is coming out soon called Evict the Bully in Your Head, and Miss Irma Mosspan is going to share with you about her. Irma's had some really incredible challenges that she has turned around, including eating disorders and other things I won't share with you now, but you will be amazed at her story and where she, the trials and the tragedy, and how she's turned them into triumph. So I hope you guys are here on Wednesday night for Irma Mosspan. I also want to remind you guys that there is an opportunity for you, no matter what. And you guys know I always tell you this, but you are good enough just the way you are. Don't let other people change you. Be who you are, own it. You want to step up and stand out and be the best you can be. Don't be afraid of live streaming. Don't be afraid of hitting that go live button. Don't be afraid of the troll patrol, the things that other people are going to say. Be you. Mark was really good about explaining that today, but remember to be you. We will embrace you and support you. I hope you guys will join my Entrepreneurial Rockstars group. If you want a group of people that want to give at least as much as they get, I hope that you guys will do that. Go to vickifitch.com/biz, B-I-Z. You can click on the things that you're interested there, and we'll get you right in. So a quick introduction again of myself. And Mark, is there anything else you want to say last minute before I actually kind of sign off on the broadcast? Because Ian, you've been a lovely guest. You've been kind and sweet and sassy, and like you're kind of like a lollipop. You're kind of like a lollipop.
I'm like a warhead, I'm kind of like spicy and sour on the outside, but I'm sweet on the inside.
Oh, listen to him.
No, thank you so much for having me on. Really, really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Thank you for accommodating my schedule and not giving me too hard a time about it. So I really, really appreciate it.
No, it's been our pleasure, like I said, and it's so exciting that you have a little one in the house and that you have another one on the way. We're really excited about that for you, Mark. So we will definitely look forward to chatting with you, and I will see you in just a couple weeks for sure. I'm sure we'll talk later on this week, and I told you we have a sweet treat coming for you, so you definitely watch your mailbox for that, and I will really, really look forward to seeing you at Social Media Day Denver. And you guys, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Vicki Fitch. I am a direct sales expert. I've been in the industry 20 years, top 10 sales and recruiting internationally for more than a decade. I've also built and sold 4 companies. I am an author, a speaker, and an international business consultant, helping you get outside the 5,000 to turn your passion into your profits. So again, I want to remind you, you are enough just the way you are. I hope you'll join me on my live streams each day on Facebook Live as well as Periscope, typically at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Join the Entrepreneurial Rockstars group. Get in connection with us. We've got some great stuff coming, and I will tell you a little secret. I do have a new free course coming out. My new freebie opt-in is going to be about live streaming, about how you can get on live streaming right away and how you can start to learn to monetize it as an opportunity, so you aren't just spinning your wheels. A lot of people spend a lot of time on live streaming and don't make any money. So I'm going to try and teach you, just give you a few tips to help you to start to turn your fear into an opportunity for you to be the best you can be and maybe even make some money at it. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, I want to remind you, like I always do, to dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Ciao.